already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the little sweater on, got the hoodie on, but you already know, man, it's kind of chilly in New York City, but it's gonna heat up come October 17th when we got the pride of Ukraine, Vasyl Lomachenko, regarded as pound for pound number 1, 2, 3, you could flip it around, versus the phenom, the campeón of this generation, Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Vasyl Lomachenko. And now, y'all, look, it's an intriguing matchup, probably the best matchup in 2020. Y'all already know, we've been talking about it for quite some time. Everybody's talking about it. All the boxing content creators are talking about it. The media outlets talking about it. The promotion is ramping up. The advertising, the marketing is ramping up right now. This is a special fight, morally undisputed, but you already know, technically, unification bout, but it's for all the marbles. It's for the 135 supremacy. It's for the crown. It's for the king of 135 lightweight of the world. Now, a lot of people was talking about, you know, they have their opinions on Vasyl Lomachenko, amateur pedigree, Olympic. You already know, man, he can make it off the Hall of Fame just strictly off the amateur circuit, right? We got Teofimo Lopez, been climbing the ladder real fast. Real fast, but he got in position, became the IBF lightweight champion by beating Richard Comey in a spectacular knockout. We already know all of this. These guys are spectacular in what they do. Speed, power, movement, punch placement, and things of that nature. But you know what? We need to break it down technically wise. We all been saying, this guy's gonna beat this other guy just like this. No, this young, he's too young. No, this guy Lomachenko got all the experience in the world. Oh man, but he's getting hit too much. Oh, Teofimo Lopez, man, he looked invincible until he faced Nakatani, but then he became Richard Comey. It's not gonna happen like that with Vasyl Lomachenko. It's all these things that a lot of people is talking about, having they analyze it in the way that they seem fit. But let's break it down technically wise. We have spoken enough. We have said this man is going to win. This guy's going to win. Yeah, this. But it's going to be the how. How is this other person going to beat this other person? How is Vasyl Lomachenko going to beat Teofimo Lopez? How Teofimo Lopez is going to beat Vasyl Lomachenko? And how they're going to neutralize each other. Now, I'm going to say it like this. Just because, listen up, y'all. Just because Vasyl Lomachenko, we see that he got he probably got all the tools in his toolbox. That doesn't mean fight night all those tools come out to play. That doesn't mean that. And I'm gonna give you an example. If you're building something, right? Sometimes you just may need a screwdriver. You may think like, you know what? I could finish my work easily if I use the power drill. But sometimes the wood is too, weak, that you might not need the power drill. You might go over, you might put that nail in too far in because you was using the power drill that has too much power. You only needed a screwdriver. You only needed a flathead. And I'm just breaking it down, things of that nature. And that goes for Teofimo Lopez as well. A lot of people talking about his power. But it's not too much about the power, it's about punch placement. It's not about being fast in Lomachenko or Teofimo Lopez, but it's about being quickness. It's about how neutralizes, about how you're gonna mix your punches when those openings are, come through fruition. Now, again, so you already know Vasyl Lomachenko is Southpaw. And we see that Teofimo Lopez likes to use the Philly shell. Shoulder roll, Mayweather roll, whatever you want to call it, egg roll, patty roll, whatever you want to call it. You can call it whatever roll you want, all right? We, blunt roll, whatever you want to do. We call it whatever roll you want. Now, of course, so just like I did in my interview with Coach Anthony, I asked him a question about the myth. Is the Philly shell worked good versus Southpaw fighters? Now, he was explaining that he could throw the hook off the shoulder roll. He could throw the hook too, he could catch. Boom, you already know that. Teofimo Lopez is a great catch and shoot type of fighter. Could he catch and shoot? Boom, catch. He could come right there with the uppercut. He could come with the straight right. It's gonna be a lot. You already know the kryptonite for Southpaw is the right hand. But Lomachenko does a great job in being elusive, getting out the way of of those hands, using angles, not necessarily moving back, but using angles, coming from here, coming from there, them weird angles, them great footworks. You already know the ballerina man, like his father made him go to dancing classes. Maybe that worked out for him, but you already know Teofimo Lopez, he la salsero. You already know, man, he's Latino, so he know how to dance. You feel me? So he could salsa his ass into victory as well. One thing about Vasyl Lomachenko that I see is that he still fights the amateur way. He is a master in the point system. You hit him once, he's going to try to get you back 3 times. The point system is in his head, and that's why he wins, and he wins a lot of fights. But that's not necessarily that he's great in a professional circuit. He's a great professional, future Hall of Famer. But all I'm saying is, these two guys have almost the same amount of fights. So yes, Vasyl Lomachenko has more experience boxing overall, but in the professional level, if you're gonna say that this guy is Vasyl Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez is young, I'm gonna say it like this: Vasyl Lomachenko is also young in the professional level. The only thing that's different is age. 32, 33 is not old in the sport of boxing, especially now when we got all this science in the sport of boxing. That's why you see guys at the age 40, like Povetkin knocking out Dillian White, like Manny Pacquiao beating Keith and Tom Thurman, all these Kovalev beating Yardy. This age thing about 35, 40 is old, or 33, 32. No, it's not old. With the science today, these athletes, these scientists have, hope that these athletes are very well educated about what goes inside their body, unlike Gerald Miller. He wants everything in his body, if you understand what I'm trying to say. Not those cheating type of boxers we're talking about here. But, so, there's going to be things, in my opinion, that Vasyl Lomachenko might not come out and bring all the toolbox, because it's all about matchmaking, it's all about styles, it's all about, let's say for example, Manny Pacquiao, he just can't be reckless versus a Keith Thurman because he knows he had the power. So in that fight, he had to be smart, he had to pick his poison, he had to pick his choices, he had to pick his punches, and then he will go, and then he'd be victorious. You just can't be reckless to anybody. So a lot of people talking about, oh my God, we seen how Salido went up against Vasyl Lomachenko and he roughed him up, and that's why he won. So you know what Teofimo Lopez should do is rough him up. That's not Teofimo Lopez style. Teofimo Lopez style is, he does very, very well. If you want to go to the inside, he got the leg work, he got the mind to go into the inside. If you want to outbox you from the outside, he can outbox you on the outside as well. Teofimo Lopez is not reckless. He is not Sean Porter. He is not Salido. So he's good enough in which he feels comfortable that he could beat him in his type of style, and that's being a counter puncher. That's being aggressive, but smart being aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? He does not smother his punches. The only thing is he gonna go try to knock him out and overthrow his punches like Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury in the first fight? Is he might overthrow his punches? Is he going to commit too much? Well, you could commit, but you can't overthrow. That's like I said about the power drill. You might not need that power drill. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I do think that Teofimo Lopez commits his punches real well. He's not gonna be reckless. He's gonna be calculated. He's very accurate in his counter punching. And just like Vasyl Lomachenko. The only thing with Vasyl Lomachenko is that he gets bored. Yes. He plays around too. He plays around. He gets too comfortable. And it's good to be comfortable in the ring, but you can't be too comfortable with a fighter like Teofimo Lopez that might be going to be coming in. Rehydration is going to be bigger than Vasyl Lomachenko. So he got speed, he got power. It's not a lot of things that Vasyl Lomachenko could do to a Teofimo Lopez. You're just not going to turn him around. Teofimo Lopez got enough athleticism. He's not flat-footed. He's not a stationary fighter. He could be if he wants, but that's when he wants to knock out people out, just like every other young fighter that comes as a professional and they become flat-footed and they want to knock everybody out. But if you check out their amateur pedigree, just like we know about Vasyl Lomachenko, if you check out their amateur pedigree, like the Javante Tank Davis of the world, the the Teofimo Lopez of the world, they know how to box you out from the outside as well. You need to see them also. If we're gonna go by what Vasyl Lomachenko did in the amateurs, you gotta see what these guys also have done in the amateurs, beating these guys up, outboxing them. It was not that he was overpowering everybody. It's all about punch placement, and you know Vasyl Lomachenko as well knows everything about punch placement when he's doing the little number thing and stuff like that. All about reaction and things of that nature. So, you know, I do think that Vasyl Lomachenko has a lot of tools, might have shown more tools than what Teofimo Lopez have shown, but I don't think he's gonna bring all that tools in until the ring October 17th, because this is a different type of animal. This Teofimo Lopez has power, has athleticism, has movement, has youth, has hunger, and you know, and he has a lot of ways of getting you out of there. You understand what I'm trying to say? Just like Vasyl Lomachenko, the body attack. Is Vasyl Lomachenko, this is what I mean, Vasyl Lomachenko has good body work, but are you going to stay there long enough in the fire versus a counter puncher? Oh, flies. Oh, you see how I dodge it? A counter puncher like Teofimo Lopez that is very accurate. Are you willing to stay on the inside? Are you willing to really stay there and go at it with Teofimo Lopez? Because I do believe Vasyl Lomachenko may outpunch high volume puncher, because remember, he thinks about the amateur circuit. His style is still an amateur. I'm not saying that he's an amateur, but his style is. He works with the point system. Teofimo Lopez is more of a professional style fighter, if you understand what I'm trying to say. He's more of a professional style fighter. He does not throw unnecessary punches. He does not make unnecessary movement. So the unnecessary movement that Vasyl Lomachenko might have, that might hurt him. The unnecessary punches, in between punches that he by tappy, and then boom, that's how he got knocked down by Linares. So what I'm saying is, the person that's probably more disciplined to its style is probably Teofimo Lopez. Vasyl Lomachenko, he plays around, he gets bored, he want to have fun and things of that nature, but is he committed to his style? When he's committed to that, when he does that, sometimes he gets hit a lot. He does get hit a lot, but he knows how to, move. He knows how to not get caught flush with punches that's really gonna hurt him. Now he be having them wake up punches. He still be looking like a raccoon versus Pedraza. Let's not look. He's a matrix, but when it comes to defense, he's not all that matrix. He's not an invincible fighter, and Teofimo Lopez knows that. Comes with the experience. We just gonna see what happens in the ring. A lot of people talking about experience. We don't know. Let's see how they do they have experience in fighting that caliber of fighter. Does Vasyl Lomachenko got the experience in fighting a young, powerful, big? He never fought a guy bigger than that with 8 ounce. He's got 8 ounce gloves, not fast like that. Not quick like that. Not power. Not movement like that. So experience, And the same goes for Teofimo Lopez. Has he faced somebody like Vasyl Lomachenko? No, but we know that about that. He doesn't have that experience of facing a guy like Vasyl Lomachenko. But let's not get carried away with the experience. Let's not carry it away with that, because this is the first time they're going to get in the ring with each other. This is the first time. So that's the experience. You understand what I'm trying to say? So again, I don't think that Vasyl Lomachenko is going to bring a lot of things in the toolbox versus a Teofimo Lopez. I don't think that Teofimo Lopez, if they go to the 12th round and this guy is going to punch more than you, I think his work rate is going to be more than Teofimo Lopez. You could win a decision like that. And I think that Vasyl Lomachenko, like he said, he wants to bring him into deep waters. He's thinking about decision. He's thinking about the point system. He's thinking about the judges. He's thinking about winning that way. Teofimo Lopez wants to knock him out, wants to stop him. But that doesn't mean he has a style that is desperate for the stoppage. A lot of people feel like Teofimo Lopez has no chance in outboxing Vasyl Lomachenko. I do think that he has a chance to outbox Vasyl Lomachenko just because I don't think that Vasyl Lomachenko is going to bring all the tools into that matchup. Sometimes when we see boxers, they be like, yo, why he ain't do this like he did that fight? Because the opponent in front of him. You can't do that versus this guy. If you understand what I'm trying to say, you can't pull that type of move versus this guy. And sometimes you got to work yourself on the outside. You can't. Hey, you could brawl with, or you might want to be on the inside with Porter, right? But sometimes you may not. It's all about styles. It's all about, you know, doing what you got to do versus the opponent, studying your opponent, listen to your corners. You know, I just think that, in my opinion, in my prediction, that Teofimo Lopez is going to come out in the win. But there's ways where he could lose this fight, just like Vasyl Lomachenko. I'm not backing on experience. I'm backing on styles. And this style might not be good for Vasyl Lomachenko at this weight class. Has nothing to do with experience. And only because one person beat the other, that doesn't mean you're necessarily better as overall. But there's some fighters out there that might just get your number. And you know, for Vasyl Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez might be that guy. Hey, so of course, we got 14 days out of this fight, 13 days out of this fight. We're going to be breaking it down more and more. So of course, we're going to be talking about the weaknesses on the next prediction, just straight up weakness. What do we see in Vasyl Lomachenko's weakness? What do we see in Teofimo Lopez's weakness? So y'all already know, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. Y'all already know I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.